We know they're nothing like Hollywood, and we saying that in a compliment type of way. Them kids are gritty. They're workers. They got a family, community type feel. And we know one thing that Glenville ain't gonna never be is Hollywood. So just to flip the script from Massillon to Glenville, what you feel about the Tarblooders this year and they quest to go back to back to back. And before you go, bro, I know you're gonna bring up. I know one of your favorite players in the state of Ohio was that boy DeJounte Jones.
Yeah, last year. Big Seven. Shout out
Big Seven. Shout out DeJounte at Mineville, Ohio right now. Do your thing, baby.
For sure.
But they losing a lot. They lost DeJounte. They lost to Marion Witten, Bryce West. You know what I mean? We talked about the transfer portal. They lost Jameel Ham that went over to Cleveland Heights. So just talk to me about what you feeling about Glenville, baby.
Glenville, well, you know, it's ironic that we segue to this talking to Glenville when using the term Hollywood, right? I had an opportunity to talk to Ted Ginn Jr. earlier this year at the National High School Football
Shout
Hall
out Teddy Jr., man. Congratulations, baby.
What he talked to me about, simply put, is their whole thing is getting it from the mud.
Yeah.
So having a Hollywood mentality, that's the furthest. It doesn't fit them at all. And if you don't believe me personally, they played IMG last year, and their halftime speech from their coach went viral.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And he was just expressing to them that, you know, where they come from and why playing at Glenville, they are being considered door openers for people behind them.
Absolutely.
And that's the message that, you know what I'm saying, Ted Ginn Jr. had expressed to me, that, you know, him and all the other people that come behind him, they understand that their job is to be door openers.
Absolutely.
So even though they lost Big Seven. They lost Big Seven, you know what I'm saying? But just believe they lost Bryce.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? DeMarion. But I think what they've started at Glenville is people not resting their laurels on the reputation that was built by the people before them.
Absolutely.
So I think with you know what I'm saying, with the Ginn family and the Cleveland Tarblooder Nation have put together is, you know, they just approach the Glenville way of doing things. You know what I'm saying? They for
and I totally agree with you, bro. I think that kind of been. I think how I want to word this. I think people in Northeast Ohio or the state of Ohio been giving Coach Ginn and the program love lately because they won back-to-back state champions. But if you follow the program, they always been about what you just said. Of course you want to win state championship. Every coach, player want to win a state championship, but it's hard to do. It's hard to do. But what they did is, you know, create a culture, create a timeline of kids that's we're sending our kids to school.
Right.
We're sending our kids to school. We're going to get it out the mud. We're going to make sure all our kids run track. Mostly all our kids going underneath the same walls of school, so we're going to be able to keep our thumb on them. And once this senior go, DeJounte go, DeMarion go, Bryce go, you best believe they got boys ready to play. Maybe not ready to produce at the same level as them at this time. Eventually they'll probably get to that point. But they got boys that's excited and ready to fill them shoes on Friday nights. They've been watching DeJounte for 2-3 years, and they got everything underneath their umbrella. Middle school, high school, little league. So you could be a little league kid going to every game watching DeJounte. The next best athlete been watching DeMarion Witten. You know what I mean? The next best DB been watching Bryce West. So to your point, them boys be ready. They get it out the mud every year, and them boys going to be ready. I think it'll be different just because they lost so many kids over the last 2 years, but I know they got boys ready.
Right.
So it's going to be interesting to see them on that back half of the season. I think in the second half of the season, I think they play St. Ed's in the middle. I think they play Hoban on the back half. So it's going to be interesting to see them on that back half as the kids that's new to this team playing, to see them with more swag, more confidence from being around that coaching staff, being around that program. And you know, you see Ted Ginn Jr. on the sideline. I'm sure Troy Smith come back, and he got Coach Ginn, got a lot of former coaches on the staff, former players on the staff. I love that program, bro. I don't know if they're going to win back-to-back-to-back. Probably all three of them, Massillon, St. Ed's, and Glenville. I start them at 40% moving forward just because we're going into week one. I'm giving them 40% because off the respect of their program, they could do it again. But there's just so much that go into it, bro. But I'm excited about them three programs,
and after the fact, we seen a few of those young players get an opportunity last year against Hoban.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So they definitely, one of them guys got through in the fire. And you know, had to go play in a hostile Akron Hoban environment in a big game. So you're absolutely right about that.